folks, and welcome to another video looking at new interactive animatronic toys that will be coming out in 2024. So in this video I'm going to be looking at 3 new interactive animatronic toys. We've got the Real FX Disney Stitch, Furby Furblets Starly and Pixel Hugs. First we're going to look at the FX Disney Stitch puppet, and this is going to be released at Smith's between the 17th and the 23rd of June in the UK. I haven't found any information yet on when it's going to be released in stores in the US. But though it's not going to be released until June in the UK, you can now pre-order it at Smith's. And it's £69.99. Presumably when it's released in the US, it'll be $69.99, as there's usually parity. I have already pre-ordered mine because I did read in a toy magazine that this is predicted to be the top toy of 2024, so I didn't want to risk it going out of stock. So first of all, I'll read out the description of this from Smith's website before we have a little discussion about what we think about it. Product description. Introducing the Real FX Disney Stitch Puppet Interactive Toy. A delightful animatronic toy, standing tall at 45 centimetres, featuring over 100 action and sound combinations to capture Stitch's playful personality. With blinking eyes, a moving mouth and touch sensors, Stitch responds to your touch and voice, bringing his adorable character to life. Dual play technology combines animatronics with puppetry, resulting in a soft and cuddly toy with hand-controlled actions, perfect for embodying Stitch's mischievous antics. Packaged in an alien capsule-inspired display case, it's the ultimate edition for fans and collectors of all ages. I think the first thing that strikes both of us with this is the size, isn't it?
Yeah, in recent years, toys have been getting smaller and smaller.
But this is really big.
Really bucks the trend. It's well over, was it 45 centimetres?
45 centimetres. It's like almost half a metre tall. It's really big. And the second thing that surprised me was the price. Mm-hmm. Because the company that's making it are making it with a Disney license. Obviously, they've had to pay for the Disney license.
Yeah.
And normally, when you have toys where companies have had to get the license from Disney, they're very expensive.
Yeah. Because
that license is quite expensive. When I think about some of the things that have been produced by Hasbro, like the
Chatterback Chopper.
Yes, last year. I think that was £85. Yeah. And it was really quite small. Mm-hmm. So I was like, wow, yeah, this is big. And it's basically £70.
Yeah, and it's also a puppet as well as being animatronic.
Yeah, that's really interesting, isn't it?
Interesting combination, yeah.
But the company that's making this is interesting as well, because they're called Wow Stuff. Uh-huh. And I hadn't actually heard about them until I looked them up when I found out that they brought out this. And they're actually based in the Midlands of the UK, which really surprised us.
Unusual, very unusual.
Very unusual. Yeah. And they only came into being in 2006, so it's a very new company.
Yeah.
So yes, as you say, this, as they call it, dual play technology combining animatronics with puppetry, that is very unusual.
That's what they're doing when they make films, isn't it? They'll have a creation.
Yeah,
it's part
that's
puppet
true,
controlled
yeah.
and part animatronic.
Yeah, that's right. The only thing I could think of was something, I think it was produced by Mattel, and it was a dinosaur. I can't remember what dinosaur it was, other than it was a predator. And I think in that case, I don't think there was any animatronics. I think it was just combining sounds with sort of puppetry.
Right.
So there was mechanisms you could move
Yeah.
with your fingers, and it had the sounds. But I'm getting the impression with this that it's not just mechanical movements that you can do with your hand and then the only electronics are sounds. I'm getting the impression
There's
that
electronic movement as well.
Yeah,
There's puppet,
yeah.
Your,
Now,
your hand movement, yeah.
if that is so, I've never seen anything like that before. That's really groundbreaking. And the bit in the description that really suggests that there's electronics there other than just the sounds is that it says it's got touch sensors.
Right.
So it's actually got some sensors as well. So you're not just talking about animatronics, you're talking about a bit of robotics.
Yeah, yeah.
And another thing that I think is a positive is that they emphasise that it's soft and cuddly. Because often when you get things with moving parts and that are partly animatronic, that can be a drawback in that they can have like a very hard plastic case.
That's right,
and
yeah.
they're not cuddly anymore.
Its manufacturers seem to find it difficult on the whole to combine both things, don't they? The soft cuddliness with the animatronic puppetry type thing.
Well, because it's like contradictory, isn't it, really?
Yeah,
to have moving parts, you need something that's rigid.
That's right, yeah.
So I'm very excited about getting this. I'm really looking forward to it. And it's nice that it's an actual character that we both like as well.
Yeah, Stitch out of Lilo and Stitch. Yeah.
Yes, because of course the new remake is being released soon. I think it's supposed to be released next month. So I'm wondering if the date when Smiths releases this is going to coincide with this movie appearing on Disney Plus.
And the movie's going to be live action and CGI rather than just animation. Great.
I've been looking around to see if I could find some trailers, but the trailers seem to be really, they're called teaser trailers, and they seem to really don't want you to see yet.
They don't want to give much away.
Yeah, what Stitch is going to be like in it.
Yeah.
But
Stitch was great in the animation. Love the character in the animation.
I hope that they keep the same humour, because when we watched the original, it really cracked us up, didn't it?
Yeah, it has you laughing a lot and crying a lot.
Oh, we had a few tears at the sad part, yeah. So on Smith's site, they also have a list of features. So I'll read those out next, and then we'll have a little bit of a chat about those.
Yeah.
Features. Over 100 action and sound combinations bring Stitch's playful personality to life. Interactive touch sensors on the head, nose and mouth allow for responsive play. Lifelike movements making Stitch both cuddly and captivating. Packaging in an alien capsule, perfect for display. Height is 45.7 centimetres, and it takes 3 AAA batteries, but those are not included. So we'll have a bit of a chat about those features, but first of all, I've got this shot poll of one of the feet. I just wondered, does that remind you of anything? Because it does me.
What, the entire foot or just the bottom fabric?
The entire foot.
It reminds me of an elephant's foot.
Well, I'll tell you what it reminds me of.
What's that?
That pterodactyl I had, that Build-A-Bear.
Oh, yes, I remember it, yeah.
I think the way they've done the paws here is very much like Build-A-Bear. So, 100 action and sound combinations. Well, actually, it says over 100 action and sound combinations. It is, isn't it? I think that's the same as Moji. Can you remember Moji? I think that was 100, wasn't it?
Is that action as in animatronic then, or actions as in you moving it as a puppet?
I would think that they cover both of
Both, yeah.
those, as well as all the sounds, just basically anything really. And I was surprised when it said there was interactive touch sensors on the head, nose, and mouth. That's a lot, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It says allows for responsive play, so I think what that means is mainly it's going to be sounds, isn't it? You know, when you touch one of the touch sensors, you'll get a different sound, or maybe like a combination of touching the touch sensors will give a different sound.
Is this always like assuming that you're wearing Stitch as a puppet on your hand?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's difficult to know, though, what is mechanical and what is electronic.
I'd say the eyes are animatronic.
Yeah.
Looking at that picture, I'd say that the mouth is something that you control with your hand.
Oh, definitely control the mouth with the hand.
And I think you're going to be controlling the arms with the hand as well. I suspect the animatronic bit is just the sounds in the eyes.
Yeah, especially because it only takes 3 AAA batteries.
That's right, so there's not much power there, is there really?
Yes. I noticed that it mentioned the alien capsule packaging as being a feature and being perfect for display.
Yeah, that's what in the original Disney animation, Stitch was sort of like dispatched or thrown away, wasn't he? In a capsule, disposed of in a capsule that ended up on Earth. That's a nice touch.
You like the capsule, don't you?
I do, and it's great that they can use it for display as well.
I like the fact that they sort of emphasised that this is for any age.
Yeah.
And the idea of displaying, that's a collector's sort of thing, isn't it, really?
Because Stitch first came out,
22 years
22 years ago, so...
And they emphasise again that it's cuddly, and that's probably because a lot of it you're operating by hand rather than by electronics.
I notice he's only got 4 legs and not 6, as Stitch can have.
I think they should have another 2 legs
that pop out,
and those funny things, those spine things on his back. They should be. You should have a button you can press.
Yeah, the spine things would have been great.
I think that would have made it more expensive. So I think that's about it, isn't it, for what we can say about this Stitch model?
The markings on the back are interesting. I've just noticed that.
Yes, they are, aren't they?
Maybe that's sort of like an indication of where the spines might come up.
I think it is. Yeah, because he had some on his head as well, didn't he? The next thing we're going to look at is Pixel Hugs by Iolo. On their website, they just say coming soon. They don't say when these are going to be released. So as you can see, they're little dogs and they plush, but they've got expressive eyes. So they're going to have 50 plus interactions, reveals and sounds. They've got 3 different sensors, and the main feature with them are the eye reactions. So this is the same manufacturer that brought us Jiggly Pets.
Right. Yes, I remember Jiggly Pets.
I unboxed the dog and the elephant previously.
They were made out of like silicone with lots of little sort of like tendrils on them, and they had funky tunes and they walked along. But these are different then.
But they're by the same manufacturer. So these are like plush. They haven't got any moving parts.
Yeah.
They're all soft.
So,
but they've got these eyes that display emotions.
So it's eyes and sounds.
Yes.
And touch sensors.
Well, it says 3 different sensors. Now, do they mean 3 different touch sensors? Or do they mean 3 different kinds of sensors?
I would think they mean touch sensors or touch sensors and switches.
Right, yeah. So not a microphone.
Yeah, I wouldn't think it's a microphone.
I had my hopes up there. You know, I like microphones.
You never know, though.
I don't know how much these are going to be yet, and I've no idea when they are going to be released. What were you saying about Pixel, Paul?
I guess they've got the name Pixel Hugs because the eyes are quite coarse, low resolution, pixelated.
It reminds me a little bit of Mio Pup, because the main focus on this is that it shows emotions through
the eyes.
And as you say, it's like rough sort of pixels. And Mio Pup was like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But in the case of Mio Pup, it wasn't straightforward, the emotion in the eye. You had to actually look some of them up in a sort of booklet. And what cracked me up about it was they were called icons. Oh, that was brilliant. So I wonder if these are going to all be obvious, like the heart or the eyes like this. Or I wonder if a lot of them you're going to have to actually look them up to see what they mean.
Maybe, I think coupled with the sounds, it'll be obvious if it's happy, sad, growling, excited. Yeah, I think
There'd probably be one with tears, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Mind you, that was the same with Mio Pup. It had one with tears when it was sad. I wonder what the sounds would be like on this.
Yeah, you can't really say what this toy is going to be like. It could be, they could bring it all together and it could be a fun, characterful toy, or it might not work very well. It's difficult to say, isn't it? I don't think they've got a track record of making stuff like this, have they? This is like a new sort of branch for them, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
So I would be interested to see what it actually is like when it comes out.
And the very last thing we're going to talk about is the Furby Furblets Starly. Now, I've got in this picture the box that comes in, because that's the only thing that anyone's found any information on it. Nothing else other than that box. And I've also put in the frame the glow-in-the-dark Furby.
That's a full-size one. Yeah.
Because I think that this Furby Furblet Starly, I think they've themed this so it kind of matches the glow-in-the-dark Furby.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Because the glow-in-the-dark Furby has got stars in its eyes, and Starly has got stars...
Planets in its eyes.
Well, it's got planets in its eyes, but then it's got stars all over it.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
And they're both this sort of like, mainly this sort of like purpley bluey colour.
So they do match. Is that what they've been doing with the other Furblets then, matching them to a larger Furby?
And it's got a purple beak as well, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just noticed that now. I think that the first one that I got, the Ray V, that definitely was made so it matched the tie-dye.
Right, yeah.
Because it looked so similar. So I think they've purposely matched this to the glow-in-the-dark Furby. Especially also, this one's glow-in-the-dark, so you've got nighttime. And then this one has got like stars, so you've got that nighttime
And wasn't it called something, not Aurora Borealis, Northern Lights, but it was something Borealis, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so...
And they also changed the name to Galaxy Furby. Galaxy, and the other one's got planets and stars. So they've definitely themed it so that it matches.
Yeah.
So this isn't available yet, and I don't think anybody knows when it's going to become available. I would think that it will be available on Amazon.com in the US before it's available here, because the 2-pack, the Furblet 2-pack, that's not released until August here. And the glow-in-the-dark Furby's not released till August.
So if you want it as soon as it comes out, then you're going to have to go through Amazon.com?
Yes.
Right.
Which I will do, because I got the 2-pack Furblets from Amazon.com. Unfortunately, for the full-sized Furby, the Galaxy Furby, they will not ship it outside of the US.
Oh, that's a shame. Why is
so
that,
I've got to wait. I think it might be because it's like quite a high value item. They maybe don't hold as much stock, whereas the Furblets are quite low value. I reckon they hold more stock of them. So I would expect that there won't be a restriction on the Starly.
So you mean they want to service the customers in the USA first?
Well, they don't want to run out, do they?
Right.
But I would think that they'd have a much bigger stock of the Furblets,
Yeah.
with them just being $9.99.
Okay.
So I should be all right for ordering my Furblet from there when it becomes available. I've just noticed something else about the colouring, you know. There's like a sort of cerise type colour
Yeah.
that's, are they like bows? Are they bows or stars? I'm not sure.
Stars, I think.
And on the full-size Furby, you've got that same shading again. And then the packet, the box that the Style E comes in is green, like a glowing green.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And you've even...
Oh, yeah. They're definitely meant to go together, aren't they?
Definitely meant to go together. So, folks, that about wraps it up for these 3 new animatronic interactive toys that will be coming out sometime this year. I will, of course, be purchasing all of them when they become available and be doing unboxings of them all when I get them. But that's it for this video, folks. Thanks for watching as always, and hope to see you next time.